Part 33. It's Doomsday, there are all-female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 321. Lin Chuang, how many flash bombs and other ammunition weapons did you bring? Lin Lai asked. There are still about 5 flash bombs, 6 fragmentation grenades, and 3 dust suppression grenades. 3 pistols, 120 bullets. There may be some other ammunition on the plane, but we have docked the plane in Cairo, which is the lair of zombies. It's easy to get out and hard to get in. Lin Chuang replied. Relying on fragmentation grenades, it is estimated that it is difficult to kill those things in the pyramid. If only there was a C4. Lin Lai sighed. If a large pyramid like this is blasted with explosives, it might crush all the mutant creatures inside it. Just relying on a few grenades in their hands is definitely not enough. Team Lin, why don't we go back first and come again with manpower and ammunition? Zhao Qi suggested. Although he wanted to approach Lin Chuang, he was also afraid of death. Still more people safe? No. As I said, the things here multiply very fast, and they must be killed as soon as possible. If you come and go, it will take 2 days. No, it's a waste of time. And we made an appointment with Comrade Wang Ran. He came and we have escaped. What is this? Lin Lai decisively rejected Zhao Qi's proposal. Zhao Qi frowned slightly. Wang Ran. What ability does this guy have to make Lin Lai value it so much? Although they haven't met yet, Zhao Qi has already begun to feel unhappy with this Wang Ran. He always felt that this Wang Ran would hinder his and Lin Chuang's good deeds. Everyone be quiet. Lin Lai's eyes suddenly turned cold, as if he had noticed something. Everyone fell silent immediately. Dad, what's the situation? Lin Chuang asked with her lips. Inside, there is no movement. Lin Lai pointed to the back room. It stands to reason that both the old man and the girl should be inside. So quiet, there must be something wrong. Lin Chuang took out the dagger and approached the curtain carefully. There was absolutely no movement inside. Lin Chuang opened the curtain with a dagger, and slowly probed in and took a look. There's no one in there. Lin Chuang turned back and said softly. The back room is empty. Outside. The car. Lin Lai responded. Except for Zhang Qiaozu, who was lying down, the other 3 rushed out. Outside the house, dozens of local people were surrounding the car, and several people got into the car to rummage for things. It was the old man who took the lead. What are you doing? Lin Lai let out a loud roar. The locals stopped and looked at the 3 of them in unison. Their eyes. It doesn't look very friendly. The food, all handed over, said a local who appeared to be physically fit. Lin Lai looked at the old man, who immediately looked away, looking a little guilty. No need to think about it, the old man found that they had a lot of food, so he brought a group of people over. Looking at it like this, I want to grab it hard. Even we dare to rob, are you tired of living? Zhao Qi took out his saber. It's time to perform in front of Lin Chuang again. The dozens of locals looked at each other and pulled out their weapons. It seems that they do not want to let go of this fat because they have a lot of people. Zhao Qi smiled slightly and rushed out with a knife. The local strong man who spoke immediately greeted him. It can be seen that he is also an awakener. However, the strength gap between the two seems to be a bit large. Zhao Qi easily cut off the strong man's tendons. Zhao Qi, don't hurt their lives. Lin Lai noticed Zhao Qi's killing intent and hurriedly stopped it. But it was too late. Zhao Qi put the blade of the general's sword against the strong man's neck and pulled it quickly. A line of blood spurted out. The strong man clutched his neck and fell heavily to the ground. The other locals were so frightened that they immediately ran away, leaving only the old man kneeling on the ground and begging for mercy. Zhao Qi licked the blood of the sword and walked towards the old man with cold eyes. Lin Lai was about to dissuade Zhao Qi when he suddenly heard movement in the room. Not good. Old Zhang. Lin Lai rushed into the house immediately. In the house, several locals were holding shotguns at Zhang Qiaozu, and their eyes fell on the backpack beside the bed. Sure enough, it was the food in the bag that made them jealous. Don't mess around. Lin Lai scolded. Give us something, we don't hurt anyone. The one with the gun was the same girl from before. It seemed that Lin Chuang had the idea of this backpack when she was taking out the chocolate. Why did you do this? If you want something to eat, you can talk to me. Lin Chuang seemed to have been hit a lot. I was kind enough to give people chocolate, but the other party actually led people to rob. I don't believe you outsiders. The girl glared at Lin Chuang. At this time, a round thing suddenly flew in from the window, rolled on the ground, and came to the girl's feet. Dad, Dad. The girl was shocked. The round thing on the ground is that old man's head. Taking advantage of the girl's distraction, a figure rushed over quickly. The saber plunged directly into the girl's chest. The girl slumped, the shotgun in her hand fell to the ground, and soon lost her breath. The locals behind them immediately fled through the back door. Zhao Qi. You are going too far. Why did you kill them all? Lin Chuang reprimanded with red eyes. In her opinion, these are just two ordinary people who are jealous of food. There's no need to kill yourself. Do you think this is a place with simple folk customs? Here, you can only be fierce, and they won't dare to provoke you. Like the team behind us when we came in. Come in and kill someone first, and then no one will dare to attack them. There are only 4 of us, and one of them is still a wounded. They must think we are easy to deal with, so they attack us. This is the way the world is now. Zhao Qi explained. That can't be. Lin Chuang did not continue. She also knew that what Zhao Qi said was reasonable, but Zhao Qi's methods were too cruel. Just teach me a lesson, there is no need to kill people. Zhao Qi, this time you really went too far. In the future, unless it is a serious threat to our safety, don't kill people lightly. Lin Lai also reprimanded. Understood. Zhao Qi muttered. Lin Lai has spoken, he naturally dare not make a mistake. However, his dissatisfaction with Lin Lai began to slowly accumulate. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 322. 2 hours later, the sky gradually darkened. During this time, no one came near the house again. Obviously, Zhao Qi was right at one point. In this world, the more ruthless people are, the less people dare to provoke them. Team Lin, my injury is almost healed. Wait a moment to take me with you. Zhang Qiaozu moved his body. Although there is still some pain, but at least the action has become a lot more flexible. Okay, you have to be careful in a while. Lin Lai nodded. Team Lin, that Wang Ran, why hasn't he arrived yet? Did he fool you? Zhao Qi said with an unhappy expression on the side. As a leader among the young people in Baidu, he Zhao Qi has always been the focus. This time, Lin Lai kept mentioning Wang Ran, which made Zhao Qi very upset. He is a dignified 5th level awakened, is it still better than a passerby who has never heard of it? No, I spoke to him on the phone just now, and he's almost here with us. Maybe the sandstorm affected his vision. Lin Lai explained. He had been in contact with Wang Ran and understood Wang Ran as a person. Since he said it, he will come no matter what difficulties he encounters. Sure enough, Lin Lai vaguely heard some movement. Like, the sound of a helicopter. The voice is getting louder and louder, and as soon as he hears it, he is coming directly to this town. Go out and have a look. Lin Lai led everyone out of the house. Directly above, a black eagle is slowly descending. The locals hid in their houses one after another, for fear of causing trouble. Lin Lai took out the flashlight and waved it a few times at the top. The Black Hawk seemed to have received the signal and landed in an open space in this direction. The cabin door opened and a young man jumped out. Is he Wang Ran? Lin Chuang looked at the young man in front of him and felt that he was nothing special. I don't know why my dad values him so much. Zhao Qi smiled disdainfully. If it was him, when he got off the plane, he would start jumping down at an altitude of 10 meters. This person actually waited for the plane to stop before getting off, which is too weak. Then, 3 more girls got off the plane. A big breast, a long leg, a loli. Zhao Qi's eyes were straight. Where are you going to come up with 3 such distinctive features? This is too enviable. Comrade Wang Ran, you are finally here. Lin Lai and Zhang Qiaozu stepped forward and held Wang Ran's hand. Lin Lai was deeply moved by this friendship to be able to come to support at such a time. You can't handle it, this time will definitely be tricky. Wang Ran smiled. Old Zhang, I didn't tell you, why do you have to be rescued every time? Are you asking for help? It's been 3 times. Wang Ran was amused. Zhang Qiaozu was a little speechless. It's true, every time I come out, I will be in danger, and every time I have to save Wang Ran. It all saves the feelings. When I go back this time, I'll just stay in Baidu and spend Christmas with my wife and children. I don't think I'm really suitable for field work. Zhang Qiaozu sighed. It's nothing to be in danger, and it has also implicated many brothers. Aaron, Amin, Akiang, etc., all sacrificed. Okay, let's get straight to the point. What's the situation this time? Wang Ran asked. Let me tell you. Old Zhang cleared his throat. We originally planned to come here to pick up a few Chinese scientists this time. After we came, we were first attacked in Cairo, which has become a den of zombies. We can only retreat while looking for the whereabouts of the scientists. On the way, we encountered an attack by some mutant creatures. They are very strong, and we lost 3 players all at once. It's strange that after they killed our team members, they retreated with the corpses. This is a little different from the operation of mutant creatures we have seen. We followed them all the way and followed them to a pyramid. After entering, we followed the passage to the depths of the pyramid and found a terrible scene. A huge lizard-like monster is laying eggs, surrounded by zombies and human corpses. They all had their hearts eaten without exception. That lizard monster is still feeding other mutant creatures with its own blood. We guess that these powerful mutant creatures must be inseparable from this large lizard. At that time, the big lizard was in a weak state, and we planned to take the opportunity to solve it. But its little brother is too strong. We can only fight and retreat, and continue to lose manpower. I sent a distress signal and hid in a secret room in the pyramid, and barely survived. After that, Team Lin brought people here. I thought I could deal with these monsters now, but what I didn't expect was that these monsters multiply so fast. In just one day, they have been greatly improved in terms of quantity and strength. After a hard fight, only me and Team Lin survived. We escaped from the pyramid with the help of Lin Chuang and Zhao Qi. Zhang Qiaozu described the situation in detail. So, this monster is different from ordinary mutant creatures. And the reproduction speed and strength are also terrible. Wang Ran quickly got to the point. That's right. If this monster continues to develop, it is countless times more terrifying than the corpse tide. Lin Lai said with a frown. When he was in the pyramid, he noticed that the speed at which these monsters increased their strength was too fast. Even his northern war god is so difficult to deal with, not to mention others. If they are not strangled in the cradle, it will be a scourge to the whole world. Have you ever been inside? Do you have any specific plans? Wang Ran asked. Have. Kill the monster mistress, then blow up the pyramid and bury them all inside. Lin Lai replied. It was the only way he had spent hours figuring out. Oh, it's that easy. Wang Ran shrugged. He thought how troublesome it was. Hey. How are you talking about this guy? Do you think those monsters are as easy to deal with as zombies? It's crazy. Zhao Qi on the side was very upset. He had begun to accumulate dissatisfaction when he had never seen Wang Ran, and now it has completely erupted. Who is this stupid? Wang Ran glanced at Zhao Qi. The strength looks weak, but the temper is not small. If it weren't for the fact that he was Lin Lai's subordinate, Wang Ran would have slapped him early. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 323. What the are you talking about? Zhao Qi is angry. He has always been regarded as the son of the emperor, and no one has ever dared to belittle him face to face like this. Enough. Lin Lai stopped Zhao Qi. Comrade Wang Ran is here to help us and the world. You give me a better attitude. Lin Lai glared at Zhao Qi and said. Yes, Team Lin. Zhao Qi quickly regained his senses. He knew that if he wanted to win Lin Chuang, he couldn't behave badly in front of Lin Lai. Comrade Wang Ran, don't mind. Zhao Qi, this guy is excellent in all aspects, but his personality is a little impulsive. Excuse me. Lin Lai apologized for Zhao Qi. It's okay, young man, it's normal to be a little bloody. Just don't lose your mind. Wang Ran said lightly. Zhao Qi's face twitched. What he said, directly overwhelmed him by a generation. Forget it, bear with it for a while, wait until the pyramid, there are opportunities. Comrade Wang Ran, did you bring any ammunition? We only have some flashbangs and grenades on us, and probably won't blow up the pyramids. If only there was a C4 or something. Lin Lai asked. C4, I'm not ready either. Where can I find it around here? Wang Ran asked back. Around here, there used to be troops stationed near Cairo, maybe there is. But that area is occupied by zombies, and there is a corpse emperor sitting in the town. It's easy to get in and hard to get out. Lin Lai said with a frown. Cairo, right, you wait here, I'll go. Wang Ran took the girls back to the helicopter as he spoke. Before Lin Lai and others could react, the helicopter blew yellow sand and took off slowly. Team Lin, he just left Cairo. We all escaped from there. Does he really think it's a public toilet, so he can go in and go out if he wants to? Zhao Qi muttered. He really can. Lin Lai and Zhang Qiaozu nodded at the same time. Of the three girls beside Wang Ran, two should be corpse emperors. Not to mention Wang Ran's own strength against the sky. Not to mention going to Cairo to get some C4, even if Cairo is occupied, they will not be surprised. Lin Chuang was silently shocked by the sight. Is this person, really that strong? Isn't that more powerful than her father? The sky hadn't completely turned dark yet, and Wang Ran successfully found the military camp outside Cairo. The Black Hawk stopped a kilometer outside the barracks. Tang Tang, you are on standby in Black Eagle, ready to respond at any time. Me, Xiao and Momo go in and have a look. Wang Ran patted Tang Tang's head. Oops, I'm on standby again. Tang Tang pouted a small mouth. On the plane, she couldn't participate in the sports, and now she was going to play the dungeon, and Wang Ran didn't bring her. Unhappy. You have to be on the plane at any time. In case of any situation, you can drive the Black Eagle over and put the cloud ladder to pick us up. Oh, it's a big deal, let's go back and make up for you a few more times. Wang Ran comforted Tang Tang. Sister Tang Tang, I'll cross out your 100 ml account, it's okay. Lin Momo winked at Tang Tang. Okay. Then I'll reluctantly agree. Tang Tang nodded. 100 ml? What 100 ml? Wang Ran was a little at a loss. Oh, this is how we keep accounts for playing mahjong. Go, go, go. Lin Momo took Wang Ran to the direction of the military camp. Not long after, the three came to the gate of the barracks. Several mutant zombies came together immediately. Human. Corpse Emperor. What are you doing here? A golden-eyed zombie asked. What do you guys do here? Let him come out to see me. Wang Ran said lightly. Okay. Zombie Jin Tong looked at Wang Ran, and then at the two corpse emperors beside him. Can't be bothered. The golden pupil zombie quickly ran into the camp. Not long after, a brown-skinned, red-eyed zombie walked out. Who is it? Do you have anything to do with me? As soon as the red-eyed zombie saw the two corpse emperors, the momentum suddenly became weak like a rabbit. Two corpse kings. You know, in the urban area of Cairo, there is only one. Can't provoke, can't provoke. Is there anything like a bomb in your military camp? Wang Ran asked. Bomb? Grenade and C4 okay? The red-eyed zombie asked weakly. These things are not uncommon for them to use zombies. But in order to prevent humans from taking these things against them, the Corpse Emperor in Cairo sent a team to station here. C4, grenades, flash bombs, take as many as you want. Hurry up. Wang Ran arrived sharply. Yes, yes, yes. Do you hear me? Hurry up and move things. The red-eyed zombie roared at his subordinates. This human seems to have a higher status than these two corpse emperors, but you must not annoy him. Soon, several boxes were carried to Wang Ran by the zombies. Wang Ran briefly checked and nodded with satisfaction. Grenades are not very useful, but these C4s are enough to blow up a pyramid. What are you doing? A sharp voice suddenly came from the side. Wang Ran turned his head and saw that a white-haired zombie was walking towards him. The Corpse King of Cairo. Are you the Corpse Emperor from the East? Would you like to sit with me? I have fresh human brains to entertain you. When Cairo Corpse Emperor saw Suziao and Lin Momo, he became a lot more polite. No, our master has something to do. Suziao coldly rejected the Cairo Corpse Emperor. Owner. The Cairo Corpse Emperor was stunned. Corpse Emperor recognizes humans as masters? This is a bit exaggerated. What's up with this human? Okay, we're in a hurry, we won't be beeping with you. Xiao, Momo, carry your things and leave. Wang Ran ordered. Wait a moment. Did you take these bombs? Going to the pyramid? Cairo Corpse Emperor suddenly asked. What? You know what's going on there, too. Wang Ran stopped. In that pyramid, there are some terrifying creatures. They often run out for food, whether they are humans or zombies. As long as they encounter them, they will be caught in the pyramid. Thousands of zombies under my command have been captured by them. Even zombies with red eyes can't escape. These things have seriously affected our survival. The Cairo Corpse Emperor sighed from the bottom of his heart. Add more. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 324. If you want to go to the pyramids and deal with them, I'm willing to contribute. Cairo Corpse Emperor said very sincerely. Seeing that the two female corpse emperors are following this human being, then he must not think about his strength. In addition, the Cairo Corpse Emperor was indeed threatened by the monsters in the pyramid, so this time, he also planned to participate and do his best. No, it's all scum, and it's useless. Wang Ran lightly rejected Cairo Corpse Emperor's proposal. You're right. Although our strength is average, we still have a numerical advantage. Maybe it could come in handy. The Cairo Corpse Emperor did not dare to get angry at Wang Ran, and tried his best to control himself. "Then you can do it yourself," Wang Ran said lightly. He didn't have much hope for these zombies, just don't come to cause trouble. Wang Ran got on the plane and flew towards the town. In the town, Zhao Qi looked up and saw that the sky was getting darker and darker. "Team Lin, shouldn't that guy be scared and run away?" Zhao Qi muttered. "No, Comrade Wang Ran's character is still trustworthy," Lin Lai said lightly. Zhao Qi's eyes turned cold. Is this Wang Ran so trustworthy? If this momentum continues, Lin Lai might even betroth his daughter to him. This will not work. After entering the pyramid later, we must find a way to kill him. Soon, the roar of the helicopter came from not far away. Lin Lai shook the flashlight and gave the location. A ladder was dropped from the Black Hawk. "It's not easy to land at night, just climb up," Wang Ran yelled on the plane. Lin Lai and others climbed up one by one. A whole box of C4. I really got it back for you." Lin Lai forgot that his daughter was beside him, and couldn't help but swear. With these things, the hope of this mission is greatly increased. Flashbangs are also useful, everyone, bring a little more. Lin Lai touched the box and was very excited. This time, I can finally avenge my brothers. Hey, what's wrong with your cabin? Lin Chuang sniffed. There seems to be a strange smell in the air. Maybe the milk has expired. It does not matter, Lin Momo said with a blushing face. Isn't it milky? Both Lin Lai and Zhang Qiaozu had come here, so they naturally knew what it was like. The two deliberately looked out the window, not intending to participate in this topic. On the other hand, Zhao Qi had jealousy written all over his face. Such a superb woman, why can Wang Ran have three at once? Zhao Qi glanced at Lin Chuang. This time, we must take her down. Soon, the Black Eagle came to the top of the pyramid. At this time, the sky was completely dark, but with the moonlight, it would not be blind. The Black Eagle landed near the pyramid. The box was inconvenient to carry, so everyone put C4 and flash bombs into their backpacks. They are all awakened, and this weight is nothing. A group of people carried their bags and walked towards the pyramid. Look. There are a few jeeps here. Lin Chuang pointed to the vehicles parked on the side of the pyramid. These cars. It was the people at the gate of the town at that time. Why did they come here? Lin Lai pinched his chin and muttered. Looking at their appearance, they don't look like tomb robbers. Besides, it's all in this world, who will rob the pyramids? Looking at them, the goal is clear. Maybe it has something to do with the creatures inside. Wang Ran suddenly thought of Tang Jun's company. To say that these creatures were created by them, Wang Ran would not doubt it at all. Everyone, be careful, it's unclear whether the other party is an enemy or a friend, try to be vigilant. Lin Lai reminded. A group of people entered the pyramid with a flashlight. As soon as you enter, a coolness hits your face, accompanied by the smell of blood and decay. Suddenly, a creepy voice rang out. This is the theme song for the Mummy series. Tang Tang, what the are you doing? Wang Ran immediately thought of Tang Tang. No one would make such a joke except her. Oh, I just wanted to set off the atmosphere. It feels like playing Tomb Raider. Tang Tang was a little excited. Exploring the pyramid at night is really interesting. Turn the music off. Wang Ran sighed. He's not afraid, but everyone else is different. Lin Chuang's face turned pale with fright. Oh. Tang Tang turned off the music and followed Wang Ran obediently. The group came to the hall where the sarcophagus was placed before. The ground is littered with the corpses of mutant gerbils and other creatures. The number of corpses here is about the same as when we fled. There should be no new battles taking place here. Lin Lai glanced at it and said. Those mutant creatures will come out to forage during the day, and at night generally shrink in deep nests. Let's be careful. Jonkuazu reminded. He has gone deep inside. The group left the hall and continued to inside. The further inside, the more forks. Fortunately, there is a blood stain to guide the way. These were all left behind by Jonkuazu and Lin Lai when they escaped. When he came to a corner, Wang Ran suddenly stopped and turned off the flashlight. Lin Lai gestured for everyone to follow suit. Behind the corner is another hall with light shining through. Don't think about it, it must be the group of people who came here before. Wang Ran and the others stood around the corner and overheard the conversation of the people inside. Captain Anthony, this lizard is too difficult to deal with. A dozen of us fought hard to get killed. A player said. Bullshit. If it's easy, let the most elite people in our company go out. Okay, hurry up and pack the bag and take this thing back, we're done. Said a rough-voiced man. He is the company's new field captain Carmelin Anthony. Captain, there is always something wrong with me in a hurry. Intelligence shows that the mutant lizard we want to catch is at least 3 meters high, and this thing is less than 2 meters. Could it be a mistake? A player questioned. Probably not. Lizard appearance, sharp claws, and extremely strong fighting power, all these things fit. Could it be that there is more than one here? Anthony frowned. There is an ominous feeling. Suddenly, a sharp claw stretched out in the darkness and directly penetrated the chest of a team member. Immediately afterwards, a dozen mutant lizards rushed out. Fake. The one I killed just now was just a minion. Fight everyone. Anthony shouted, picked up the machete and rushed up. The two sides are fighting. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 325. After a short period of engagement, Anthony's side. All destroyed. The newly appointed field captain still failed to last a week in office. The lizards dragged the bodies of these people and silently walked deeper. When the footsteps were far away, Wang Ran and the others appeared from the corner. Too terrifying. I think these people are all 5-level awakeners, and they can't resist for a minute. Zhao Qi's heart began to panic, and he felt a little bit of retreat. This mutant lizard is much more powerful than the mutant gerbil he had dealt with before. If it was him just now, it would definitely be the end. This mutant lizard has rough skin and thick flesh, and it must be killed with absolute power. However, judging from the situation just now, they are stronger than during the day. What kind of strengthening speed is this? Lin Lai sighed. Originally, he could single out 3 or 5, but now it seems that 2 are enough. Level 5 awakens like Lin Chuang, Zhao Qi, and Zhang Kuazu could only think of ways to protect themselves, without even thinking about killing the enemy. Team Lin, shall we continue to go deeper? Why don't you just bury the bomb here? Zhao Qi suggested. A proud son like him would definitely not want to die here. No. The location here is not deep enough. At most, the upper part will collapse, and it will not cause much damage to the lizard mistress below. We have to keep going in. Zhao Qi, Kuazu, you take Lin Chuang and leave. The task here is handed over to us. Lin Lai thought about it and said it. Their strength is too weak, in case of any situation, it is difficult to protect themselves. No. I'm not leaving. Why do I want to avenge my brothers? I'm not strong enough, I can help. When you're fighting, I can throw flashbangs and shoot eyes or something. Zhang Kuazu said anxiously. He had to see that big lizard killed with his own eyes, so as to be worthy of Aaron and the others. Dad, I'm not leaving either. You said that only by constantly putting yourself in danger can you advance in battle. I want to be strong, I don't want to be a vase. Lin Chuang said with a firm attitude. After speaking, Lin Chuang and Zhang Qiaozu turned to look at Zhao Qi at the same time. Just wait for you to express your opinion, little brother. Zhao Qi was shocked and almost wanted to cry. When Lin Lai said to let them go first, the corners of Zhao Qi's mouth almost reached the roots of his ears. This is the leader's order, and he is justifiable to go. But who would have thought that Zhang Qiaozu and Lin Chuang would be so heroic? Now the pressure is all on him. If he sings the opposite tone at this time, he will never be able to raise his head again in front of Lin Chuang and Lin Lai. I'm not leaving either. Zhao Qi said weakly. No way, that's all I can say at this time. You, as expected of our Chinese soldiers. Okay, let's go to Longtan together today. Lin Lai's aura exploded instantly. For his daughter's choice, he is more gratified. The group moved on. Not long after, a rustling sound came from the passage. No, it's a mutant gerbil. It's not that strong, but it's very flexible, and it usually works in groups. Get your flashbangs ready, everyone. Lin Lai reminded. Everyone else took out a flashbang and tugged it in their hands. Wang Ran took out a pair of sunglasses and put them on. It's still cool at this time. Zhao Qi pouted in disdain. Suddenly, a bright light flashed. Ah! My eyes. Who throws flashbangs and doesn't say hello? Zhao Qi covered his eyes and cried out in pain. The flashbang was right under his feet, and this time it was almost blinding. Fortunately, he is an awakener, and it is estimated that he will be able to recover in less than 10 seconds. Never used a flashbang before, give it a try. I'm sorry. Tang Tang's mouth was slightly raised. Let you beep, you are blind. The gerbil is here. Wang Ran's words made everyone's heart tighten. Everyone pointed their flashlights ahead. Not far from the passage, a dozen gerbils the size of pet dogs rushed towards the crowd. No, they're bigger. The strength is definitely stronger, everyone be careful. Lin Lai reminded. Wang Ran calmly picked up a flashlight and threw it out. Su Xiao tacitly followed the flash and rushed forward. At the moment when the flashlight landed, Lin Lai and others quickly closed their eyes, they didn't want to lose their fighting ability for a short time. In just a few seconds, Su Xiao in front of him was like a killing machine, tearing the dozen or so mutant gerbils into many pieces with his sharp claws. Su Xiao is known for her speed and reflexes. Even with her eyes closed, she can show a perfect fighting state. Ah! This! Lin Lai and others who opened their eyes were all shocked. Gerbils, all dead? They were in shock. These gerbils were larger than they had ever seen before, indicating greater strength. In just a few seconds, they were all killed. This girl is so scary. For the first time, Lin Lai, the of war in the northern capital, felt that he was so weak. What are you doing? Hurry up and go. Wang Ran took the first step forward. He was wearing sunglasses just now and clearly saw Xiao Yu's performance in the flash. Not bad, the strength is improving very fast. The current Xiao is also a top-level existence in the Corpse Emperor. Lin Lai and others woke up from the shock and immediately followed behind. The backs of Wang Ran and the three girls instantly became incomparably tall in front of them. Su Xiao alone is so strong, then the four of them. It looks like the mission is solid this time. After groping for a while in the passage, the group came to a rectangular stone room. As soon as they entered, everyone asked about the strong smell of blood and decay. Under the strong light of the flashlight, the scene in the stone room was displayed in front of everyone. Corpse. All corpses. Without exception, they all had a blood hole in their chest. It looks like the heart has been gouged out. Vomit. Lin Chuang couldn't bear the smell and the picture, and almost vomited while leaning against the wall. Lin Momo went up and touched Lin Chuang's back intimately. What are these mutant creatures thinking? Do they have a habit of collecting corpses? Lin Chuan complained. No, I guess, this is where they store their food. As for the heart, only the one with the highest status is eligible to enjoy it. We shouldn't be far from our destination. Wang Ran stepped over the corpses and continued to walk forward. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 326. The further forward, the more depressing the atmosphere. Wang Ran could clearly feel that the breathing of Lin Lai and others became heavier. Hey, this is the weak. Suddenly, Wang Ran stopped. In front, there is a huge stone gate. On both sides of the stone gate, there are two stone statues erected, and the appearance of Anubis can be vaguely seen. Behind this door, it should be the main hall of this pyramid. Wang Ran guessed. Yes, it should be here. Zhang Qiaozu nodded. Among these people, only he has gone deep into this place. After being affirmed, Wang Ran prepared to step forward and push the door. Are you going to push the door directly in like this? You don't have any plans. Zhao Qi muttered a little unhappily in the back. When you arrive at the boss's nest, just push the door and enter. This is too reckless. I do things and need a plan. Wang Ran glanced at Zhao Qi and ignored him. In the face of absolute strength, what is a plan? Wang Ran stretched out his hand and pushed, and the stone door was pushed open with a low friction sound. In front, is a sunken square. In the middle of the square, there is a huge lizard coiled. It was surrounded by freshly laid eggs, the size of a bucket. At the same time, many smaller lizards and gerbils were sucking the blood from the large lizards. Wang Ran understood at a glance. This big lizard should be the boss of these mutant creatures, or the mother. In addition to laying eggs continuously, it also feeds these little lizards and gerbils with its own blood. The reason why these mutant creatures are so strong is inseparable from this big lizard. Fizz. The movement of the door instantly attracted the attention of all the mutant creatures in the square. They all looked at Wang Ran and the others in unison. Roar. The lizard mistress gave a cold cry. Immediately, a few slightly larger lizards rushed towards Wang Ran and others. Be careful, the bigger they are, the stronger they are. Lin Lai reminded. These few were much bigger than the ones he had fought against before. Let me. Tang Tang's big axe has long been hungry and thirsty, and finally has the opportunity to do it. She rushed out with the axe in her hand. Hey! Little girl! Comrade Wang Ran, this kind of monster is so powerful that even I can't handle it. It's too risky for her to rush over alone. I think you're still, Before Lin Lai finished speaking, those burly mutant lizards had been chopped into several pieces by Tang Tang's axe. Lin Lai's sentence stuck in his throat and couldn't say it. What perverts are around Wang Ran? A girl who looks innocent and cute can actually burst out such a powerful force. I can't hold the title of God of War in the northern capital. Oh, these guys are not very strong. It's boring. Tang Tang sighed and looked helpless. Originally, I wanted to give full play to the strength of my 9th level awakened person, but I didn't expect it to be a single trick. Roar. The lizard mistress, entrenched at the bottom, was furious. All those who died just now were its offspring. Can't stand it. Lizard mistress stood up and rushed towards Tang Tang. So fast. Tang Tang immediately waved his axe to force back the lizard mistress. Chong. With a sharp sound, the lizard mistress actually used her claws to hold the axe. Immediately afterwards, it slammed its hands hard. With a crisp sound, Tang Tang's axe was directly cut into several pieces by the claws of the lizard mistress. My blood roar. Tang Tang felt distressed for a while. This is a weapon that has been with her for a long time. How many zombies were killed with this axe? Now it's broken. Tang Tang was angry, rolled up his sleeves and rushed up. One punch. Tang Tang threw a punch with all his strength. The lizard mistress folded her arms and took the attack. Tang Tang's face changed slightly. This guy is quite durable, much more powerful than his son. Immediately afterwards, the lizard mistress counterattacked. A claw as fast as lightning. Tang Tang was shocked and immediately took a big step back. But she was still scratched by the lizard mistress with a few long cuts on her arm. Hateful. Tang Tang knows that there is a gap in strength with this lizard mistress, plus there is no weapon, it is a bit difficult to fight. Tang Tang, go and stay behind. Wang Ran appeared behind Tang Tang and patted her on the shoulder. Tang Tang ran back obediently. Wang Ran is here, there must be no problem. The lizard mother's attack struck again, but this time, it was facing Wang Ran. Is this kid okay? This monster looks very powerful. Zhao Qi muttered from behind. My brother Wang Ran, of course. Zhang Qiaozu glared at Zhao Qi. Okay, everyone is ready for battle. If Comrade Wang Ran can't bear it, we will support him in time. Lin Lai took out a flash bomb and held it in his hand. The claws of the lizard mistress made several cuts on Wang Ran's arm. However, Wang Ran's fist also hit its lower abdomen heavily. The lizard mistress was directly blasted out by this punch and landed heavily on the ground. It squatted on the ground and kept gasping for breath, and it seemed that the punch made it badly injured. Hi, this virus. It's a little different. Wang Ran felt that a virus was burrowing into his body from the wound. These viruses are completely different from the previous zombie viruses. It feels more ancient. However, no matter how powerful a virus enters Wang Ran's body, it will only turn into Wang Ran's energy like other viruses. Wang Ran rushed forward, preparing to end the lizard mistress. Roar! The lizard mistress shouted and quickly retreated to the center of the square. At the same time, dozens of mutant lizards and hundreds of mutant gerbils rushed forward. They were trying to block Wang Ran's path. Everyone, come and help Comrade Wang Ran. Lin Lai roared, and took the Iron Finger Tiger and rushed out first. The others rushed forward. Flash bombs exploded continuously in the square, and these mutant creatures who stayed in the dark for a long time were stimulated to open their eyes, and even if they had a numerical advantage, they were defeated. Wang Ran cut a path from the middle and came to the lizard mistress. Wang Ran was shocked by the scene in front of him. All around the lizard mistress were broken eggshells. And it just smashed an egg and sucked the egg liquid inside. This Nima, is itself produced and sold. Wang Ran was shocked by the behavior of the lizard mistress. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 327. After the lizard mistress swallowed her last mouthful of egg liquid, she let out a long breath. Its power is back. Before, it was weak because it had just laid eggs. In order to recover its stamina, it can only drink all these egg liquids. These are all its offspring. This human must die. Roar! The lizard mistress burst out with a powerful momentum, and rushed towards Wang Ran with red eyes. On the other side, others are rapidly harvesting mutant gerbils and mutant lizards. With the help of flashbangs, these mutant creatures are like headless flies. In just a few minutes, more than half of these mutant creatures were killed or injured. However, some slightly brainy mutant lizards are starting to find patterns. There are signs of flashbangs, and those humans will shout a word to remind teammates before throwing a flashbang. After finding this pattern, mutant lizards are rarely hit by flashbangs. Soon, the mutant lizards organized a counterattack. The pressure of Lin Lai's 4 people instantly increased. Zhao Qi observed Lin Xuang while dealing with the enemy. Difficulties are a good time to develop relationships. At this time, A mutant lizard pounced on Lin Chuang from the side. The opportunity is here. Zhao Qi's eyes lit up. Lin Chuang, be careful. Zhao Qi pounced on Lin Chuang and blocked the blow for her with his body. In order to impress Lin Chuang even more, Zhao Qi deliberately did not let go of his strength and took it hard. A blood stain stretched from Zhao Qi's shoulder to his ribs. Now, you should be moved. The next step is to cry for me, and my heart secretly promises. Although Zhao Qi was injured, he was secretly proud of himself. Who knows, Lin Chuang ignored Zhao Qi at all. The affectionate gaze that Zhao Qi imagined did not happen. At this time, Lin Chuang was completely immersed in the battle, and what happened just now was automatically ignored by her. Suddenly, Lin Chuang's body was full of momentum. She made the cut? Dad is right. Hard work really helps improve. Lin Chuang was full of confidence and rushed deeper. Zhao Qi was dumbfounded. Are you being ignored like that? This injury is such a white one. Zhao Qi didn't have time to be depressed, and the mutant lizard killed it again. Fortunately, Zhao Qi is also a talented person. After fighting, he also advanced to the 6th level awakening, and he is not as embarrassed as before when dealing with mutant lizards. Zhao Qi took time to look at Wang Ran. That guy. I don't know if he died at the hands of the lizard mistress. Huh? What the hell? Zhao Qi was shocked. He saw a scene that shocked him. At the very center of the square, the huge lizard mistress was kneeling in front of Wang Ran, her life and death unknown. Does this solve it? How long? Zhao Qi was extremely depressed. In this case, the main credit this time is this Wang Ran. You have run so far so hard that you have become a soy sauce. This doesn't work. Zhao Qi thought for a while, and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. There is a way. He took out 2 flash bombs and threw them out before everyone was paying attention. The strong light instantly lit up in this confined space. Grass, who throws flashbangs and doesn't say hello. Retreat, defend a wave. Lin Lai threw a punch, and then took a few steps back. The others also shrank. This situation cannot be hard. Fortunately, those mutant creatures were also recruited, so it did not cause too serious consequences. Zhao Qi smiled, took out 2 grenades, and threw them directly in Wang Ran's direction. No matter how strong they are still human. In the face of grenades, you have to peel off your skin if you don't die. Just when the grenade was about to reach Wang Ran moved. He grabbed the lizard mistress in front of him and blocked it in front of him. Boom! The grenade exploded in front of the lizard mistress. The close-range explosion made the hard skin of the lizard mistress blossom, but it was rough and thick, so that it didn't fall apart after the explosion. Wang Ran threw the lizard mistress at his feet, and pointed his sharp eyes at Zhao Qi. This guy, want to pummel himself? Then he is dead. Wang Ran walked straight to Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi panicked. Ruined. This guy wears sunglasses. His actions just now were clearly seen by him. This Wang Ran is so strong, if he comes here, he will definitely not let him go. How to do? Zhao Qi looked around in a panic. Escape. This is the hinterland of the pyramid. With his own strength, he will definitely be caught up if he does not escape far. If you don't escape, you will die. Zhao Qi gritted his teeth and came directly behind Zhang Qiaozu, wrapping his arms around his neck and placing the general knife on his neck. Zhang Qiaozu and Wang Ran have a little friendship, and their strength is weak, which is the most suitable choice for him. At this point, everyone recovered from the flashbang effect. Zhao Qi. What are you doing? Zhang Qiaozu was shocked. This knife should be on the head of the mutant lizard on the opposite side, right? This is being stunned by a flashbang, the wrong person? The lizard on the opposite side was also confused. Although we eat flash, we don't beat our own people. Are humans so stupid? Zhao Qi did not speak, but took a few steps back with Zhang Qiaozu on his back. Lin Lai and Lin Chuang also noticed the strangeness here. Zhao Qi, what the are you doing? Let go of Lao Zhang. Lin Lai yelled at Zhao Qi. If he hadn't been entangled by the mutant lizard, he would have rushed over and slapped Zhao Qi. Yes, Xiao Zhao, where are you playing? A bloodline has been drawn on Zhang Qiaozu's neck. It was hard for him to understand what was happening now. He. What do I want? I just want to leave alive. Zhao Qi stepped back as he spoke. The nearby mutant lizards wondered again. You want to leave alive, you catch a lizard anyway, what are you doing with your companion? At this time, Wang Ran shot a few mutant lizards to death and came to the crowd. Xiao, Momo, Tang Tang, clear the field quickly. Wang Ran instructed lightly. The three girls nodded and accelerated their killing speed. On the other hand, Wang Ran went straight to Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi panicked in his heart, increased his strength a little, and Zhang Qiaozu's neck was cut again. Don't come here. If you come here again, I will kill him. Zhao Qi shouted at Wang Ran. Wang Ran frowned, he could see that Zhao Qi was already extremely frightened, maybe he would really attack. Lao Zhang, he is an old friend who has saved several times, so he can't watch him die. Okay, I won't come, you let Lao Zhang go. Wang Ran stopped in place and raised his hands. He. Release? When I go out, I will naturally release him. None of you are allowed to come out. Zhao Qi took Zhang Qiaozu back. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 328. The mutant lizards and mutant gerbils in the square were killed by Xiao Yu and the three of them. Everyone's attention was focused on Zhao Qi and Zhang Qiaozu. Zhao Qi, what's going on? Lin Lai asked sharply. Could it be that you lost the two flash bombs just now? The explosion just now was the grenade you threw. Lin Lai remembered the strangeness just now. But he couldn't understand why Zhao Qi wanted to hijack Zhang Qiaozu. People go crazy just because they threw flashbangs and didn't say hello? I don't blame him for that either. He. Zhao Qi smiled helplessly. Originally, he planned to blow up Wang Ran first and let him die at the hands of the mutant lizard. At that time, Zhao Qi could explain that he saw Wang Ran in danger and threw flash bombs and grenades before he could say hello. Who would have thought that Wang Ran actually took the lizard mistress to block the grenade? What was even more depressing was that Wang Ran was wearing sunglasses and could see his little movements clearly. Zhao Qi knew Wang Ran's strength. If he didn't hold someone hostage, he really couldn't get out alive. It seems that the weakest person here is Zhang Qiaozu. Besides him, Zhao Qi can't hold anyone else hostage. I worked hard and took risks to come here, not to be an audience. I'm the proud of the sky. Only I am qualified to be the most dazzling one. Zhao Qi roared. These were indeed his words. The purpose of his visit this time was to show off and gain Lin Chuang's favor. Who would have thought of killing a Wang Ran halfway through? In front of Wang Ran, his performance is simply scum. Zhao Qi, is your brain flooded? We are here to eliminate threats to this world. Does it matter who is in the limelight? Just for this, you are the elite of our northern capital. Lin Lai hates that iron is not steel. Zhao Qi used to be quite stable. Why do you get water in your head because of this? Yeah, Zhao Qi, quickly let go of Uncle Zhang. Lin Chuang also persuaded him. She didn't like Zhao Qi at first, but now she hates it even more. Lin Chuang, I've had enough so long ago. I've given you a lot of hospitality during this time. Have you ever looked at me in the right eye? I'm also the idol of thousands of girls in the northern capital. Zhao Qi sneered. Now that his face is torn, he no longer hides his inner thoughts. Zhao Qi, you are going too far. For this matter, you actually start with your own people. Lin Chuang reprimanded sharply. She didn't expect Zhao Qi, who usually looks so serious, to be such a person. Fortunately, I have no idea about him. Zhao Qi carried Zhang Qiaozu to the entrance. He was very proud to see Wang Ran and the others throwing the rat taboo. As long as he got out of the pyramid, he could kill Zhang Qiaozu and then escape with a black eagle. At that time, the sky and the earth are big, and who can find him? With the strength of his 6th level awakener, he can still live a very nourishing life in the apocalypse. Wang Ran and Lin Lai looked at each other. Both of them decided not to act rashly for the time being and slowly look for opportunities. No way, Lao Zhang is too weak and will die if he is not careful. Don't follow. Or I'll kill him. Zhao Qi warned again, and stepped back towards the passage with Zhang Qiaozu on his back. Suddenly, the sound of dense footsteps came from the entrance. Zhao Qi was shocked. Footsteps, are the mutant creatures not dead? Mutated creatures will not be threatened by him. Zhao Qi turned his head and felt a chill in his heart. A large number of mutant zombies suddenly poured out of the channel. The leader is a white-haired corpse emperor. Wang Ran smiled slightly. Isn't this the Cairo corpse emperor? They came on foot, just in time. Wang Ran winked at the Cairo corpse emperor. The Cairo corpse emperor understood in seconds, and directly killed Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi was shocked. With a Zhang Qiaozu, he would definitely not be able to resist the attack of the corpse emperor. In desperation, Zhao Qi released Zhang Qiaozu and threw a flash bomb at the same time. There was no way to run at the exit, he could only try to escape to the other side of the square, where there might be a chance. When the flash is over, the zombies and Wang Ran will definitely fight, and he will have the opportunity to escape. The bright light turns on instantly. Zhao Qi pushed Zhang Qiaozu hard in the direction of the corpse emperor, blocked his eyes and rushed to the side door, trying to get around. However, Wang Ran's speed was even faster, and wearing sunglasses, he stepped forward and grabbed Zhao Qi's neck. The strong light dissipated, and everyone looked at Wang Ran and Zhao Qi. Are you crazy? Leave the corpse emperor to deal with it, and come to arrest me. Aren't you afraid that Lao Zhang will be killed by the corpse emperor? Zhao Qi was shocked. In his opinion, the friendship between Wang Ran and Zhang Qiaozu should be okay. How could it be possible to arrest himself regardless of Zhang Qiaozu's life or death? Where is going wrong? At the entrance of the passage, the corpse emperor lifted Zhang Qiaozu up and shook hands in a friendly way. Zhang Qiaozu was stunned. I didn't join the enemy, corpse emperor, where are you making trouble? Mr. Wang Ran, there is no problem here, you can deal with that person at ease. The corpse emperor shouted to Wang Ran. Everyone present was stunned. Are these zombies their own? Wang Ran's face is so big. Zhao Qi was even more depressed, who would have thought of this? It's over, it's over. Wang Ran held Zhao Qi's neck like a dog. This guy actually wants to smack himself, so there is only one end. Wang Ran's fingers squeezed a piece of Zhao Qi's spine directly. Now Zhao Qi has lost consciousness from the neck down. Comrade Wang Ran, this guy is my subordinate, blame me for lax discipline. Can you let me end him? Lin Lai walked up to Wang Ran and said. Lin Lai's heart was full of guilt when his subordinates did such a thing. All right. Wang Ran nodded and threw Zhao Qi at Lin Lai's feet. Zhao Qi was paralyzed on the ground, tears and snot smeared his face. Team Lin, kill me. Anyway, I played a role in defending the northern capital. Zhao Qi cried and begged. Paralyzed, now he just wants to survive. Zhao Qi, what you have done is simply a shame for the northern capital. As the captain, I will know you personally today. Lin Lai took out a dagger. It's a pity that Zhao Qi, who was very hopeful to take his place, is going to die here today. But that's fine. The darkness in Zhao Qi's heart broke out so early, which may be a good thing for Baidu. Lin Lai plunged the dagger deeply into Zhao Qi's chest. Zhao Qi, an outstanding young man in the northern capital, lowered his head. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 329. Lin Lai threw Zhao Qi's body into the pile of corpses, his eyes full of regret. Such a good seedling, unfortunately the road is narrow. However, Lin Xuang's performance today is good, and he has been promoted to the 6th level, so he will focus on training in the future. The Cairo Corpse Emperor came to Wang Ran. Human, outside the pyramid, I have surrounded my men with water, so that not a single mouse can escape. What shall we do next? Cairo Corpse Emperor asked. Then it's time to plant the bomb. This place must be completely blown up to ensure that the strange virus inside does not spread. Hey, who of you will mess with C4? Wang Ran asked. I can. Zhang Qiuazu raised his hand. These are the things he is better at. Everyone took out all C4 and handed it over to Zhang Qiuazu. Zhang Qiuazu fiddled around a bit, with a look of embarrassment on his face. Troublesome. This C4 is not equipped with a timing detonator. If it is a signal detonation, the walls of the pyramid are so thick that the signal cannot pass through. It seems that it can only be manually detonated after setting it up. Zhang Qiuazu said with a solemn expression. Manual detonation means that the detonator will definitely be finished. Everyone was silent. This suicidal mission is a bit cruel. Why don't I come? Lin Lai spoke up. If nothing else, then he is willing to sacrifice himself. Team Lin. The North can't live without you. I'll come. Zhang Qiuazu gritted his teeth. No. I'll come. I come. The two argued. I said, did you not take our zombies seriously? Is this detonation operation so complicated that even our zombies can't operate it? The Cairo Corpse Emperor suddenly spoke up. Everyone was stunned again. This seems to work. After I set it up, the subsequent operations are very simple. Zhang Qiuazu nodded. Sacrifice zombies. Lin Lai didn't know what to say. On the one hand, he has been fighting zombies for a long time, and in his eyes, zombies are all enemies. On the other hand, sacrificing zombies seems a bit inhumane. However, there seems to be no other way at the moment. Lin Lai looked at Wang Ran. Ordinary zombies probably don't have this consciousness to operate bombs, at least they have to mutate zombies. Wang Ran looked at the Cairo Corpse Emperor and said. I understand that. Anyone who was there voluntarily stayed. Cairo Zombie asked back. I do. I would too. Count me in. Many mutant zombies stood up one after another. Most of them are mutated zombies at the bottom, not even at the silver pupil level. Okay, just a few of you. Wait a while and listen carefully to understand how to operate. Your family, I will give each of them 100 ml of my blood. Cairo Zombie patted his chest and said. The faces of the mutant zombies showed joy. The blood of the Corpse Emperor. Their family has a bright future. Lin Lai watched the Cairo Corpse Emperor remain silent. He didn't expect zombies to have such a consciousness. It seems that the relationship between humans and zombies will be re-examined in the future. Don't look at me like that. This is my territory, and I don't want other creatures to affect my rule. I didn't do it for some noble morals. Cairo Corpse Emperor explained. He wouldn't cooperate with humanity if it wasn't for common interests. Lin Lai nodded. Interests can really affect a lot of things. In the following time, Zhang Qiuazu fiddled with those C4s. It didn't take long for Zhang Qiuazu to finish. When the time comes, just twist the two wires together to detonate. Don't try blindly now. Jonquiazu reminded. Several dead zombies nodded. This operation is really not difficult. From the perspective of the structure of the pyramid, you may need to disperse to all corners of the pyramid to detonate, and this will have the best effect. Jonquiazu added. Okay, then we'll go out first. You try to control the detonation after 10 minutes. After Wang Ran finished speaking, he walked out with the little followers. Others and zombies also began to retreat. Only a few dead bodies were left at the scene. According to Jonquiazu, they needed to spread to all corners of the pyramid, so they also left the square in the center. After everyone left, there were only piles of corpses left in the square. After everything was quiet, the corpse of the lizard mistress suddenly opened its eyes. The slender pupils turned a few times and looked around. At present, all the bones in his body are shattered, and all the muscles are broken. Basically, he has only his last breath left. According to its current physique, if it wants to recover, it needs a lot of energy replenishment. This is obviously not possible. Lizard Mistress looked around and found Zhao Qi beside her. This guy was stabbed in the chest, his lungs were damaged, and he didn't seem to be dead yet. The Lizard Mistress gritted her teeth and put her claws on Zhao Qi. Immediately afterwards, an incomparably pure ancient virus was injected into Zhao Qi's body from the Lizard Mistress. Those humans killed all its offspring, and the strong hatred made it want revenge no matter what. This human seems to be in conflict with those human beings. Leave the matter of revenge to him. After finishing the delivery of the essence, the Lizard Mistress's eyelids slowly closed. It has no strength to support itself to survive. The high concentration of ancient viruses roamed in Zhao Qi's body, slowly repairing his damaged internal organs, and at the same time changing his body. Not long after, Zhao Qi opened his eyes abruptly, and his pupils became as slender as a lizard. Ah! Zhao Qi continued his previous panic and shouted loudly. When Lin Lai stabbed the dagger into his chest, he was extremely desperate. I'm all right. Zhao Qi touched his chest and found that the wound had healed, and there seemed to be no damage inside. Moreover, he also felt unprecedented power. However, he soon noticed the strangeness of his body. A small patch of lizard-like skin began to appear on his arm. What's the situation? Zhao Qi stood up and looked around. The lizard mistress next to him caught his attention. This thing, what did it do to me? Zhao Qi quickly figured it out. This must have something to do with this lizard mistress. He. God ordained that I should never die. Ah! The power! It's wonderful. Zhao Qi quickly accepted the status quo. One stage of the plot is finished. I feel that this event is a bit rushed. I need to think about it later, and ask for a day off tomorrow. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 330. Powerful strength and inner anger combine to create a brand new Zhao Qi. Now he, half human, half beast, looks very scary. Just when Zhao Qi was enjoying his brand new self, the entire square suddenly vibrated violently. No, C4. Zhao Qi quickly reacted. A C4 blew up somewhere in the pyramid. The stones above the square began to loosen and the statues began to collapse. Then, there was another loud noise. The second C4 also blew up. The wall began to crack, and sand and stones continued to fall from the top. Zhao Qi knew that after a few more bombs, the pyramid would collapse. This kind of confined space, if it is pressed, it may not even be able to exert force. It was probably too late to run out. After thinking for a while, Zhao Qi decided to drill into the ground. As long as you dig through a layer of slate at the bottom, the soil below is easy to dig. Before he could think about it, Zhao Qi started hammering the floor tiles. The powerful force made it easy for him to smash through the floor tiles. Zhao Qi, who is half human and half lizard, nimbly got into the soil and shuttled through the ground like a pangolin. Boom! With a few loud bangs, C4s in several other places also blew up. The entire pyramid collapsed inward like a building block, causing the surrounding ground for several kilometers to vibrate. Dust filled the distance. In the sand near the pyramid, a head stuck out against the sand. It was Zhao Qi who had dug a hole and escaped. The dust from the collapse of the pyramid obscured his presence well. Wang ran. Lin Lai. I'm going to kill you all. Zhao Qi gritted his teeth and read it in his heart. However, he also knew that Wang Ran's strength could even kill the lizard mistress at will, and if he rushed over now, he would be seeking his own death. It is necessary to develop a force. After thinking about it, Zhao Qi set his sights on Curry country in the north. There seems to be a large number at that time, and the strength is not weak. Like the lizard mistress, you can get stronger by eating the heart. As long as it develops all the way and wins the Curry country with strength, then he will have a huge army to deal with Wang Ran and Lin Lai in the future. Zhao Qi smiled slightly and disappeared into the desert again. Wang Ran and his party came to the outskirts of Cairo. Comrade Wang Ran, thanks to you, we have successfully resolved this crisis. I don't know how this mutant creature appeared. We will go back and let the researchers study it. Lin Lai sighed. Well, I also got a sample here, go back and let Shi Yao have a look. Wang Ran's bag contained of the lizard mistress. Comrade Wang Ran, are you going back to China directly next? Can you come with us? Lin Lai asked. Okay, but my Black Hawk is almost out of gas, so I have to find a place to refuel. That little black, come over here. Wang Ran waved to the Cairo Corpse Emperor. The Cairo Corpse Emperor quickly ran to Wang Ran's side. Do you have aviation fuel at your airport? Wang Ran asked. Aviation fuel, probably out. After I occupied Cairo, I just destroyed the airport. You know, there is an airport, and there are always humans looking for trouble. It's not easy to manage. Cairo Corpse Emperor explained. Would you like to have some gasoline? There's still a lot of gasoline. Cairo Corpse Emperor suggested. Gasoline, my Black Hawk is not used to drinking it. It seems that there is no way to fly back. Wang Ran frowned. From here back to N City, if you drive, you have to drive more than 7,000 kilometers. Combined with various magical road conditions, it will take at least 10 days to drive. This is so inefficient. Correct. The Missouri appears to be still on its way. From here to the coast of Somalia, more than 2,000 kilometers, can be reached in about 3 or 4 days. Just in time to take the Missouri back. Not only can you save a few days, but you don't have to drive hard yourself. I'm going to drive to the coast of Somalia and go back by boat. Do you want to be together? Wang Ran asked. Okay, more people are safer. Lin Lai nodded. They carried the corpses of mutant creatures on them, and they had to be brought back safely for research. If you're going to drive, I can help you prepare. There's not much else in Cairo. There are a lot of cars on the sand. I'll pack fuel, water, and food for you. Cairo Corpse Emperor said very politely. If Wang Ran is sent away, he will be the most powerful person in this land, and he will be able to live a stable life again. Okay, but it's getting late today, let's start tomorrow morning. Wang Ran thought about it. It's hard enough to tell directions in the desert, let alone at night. Then let's have a night's rest in Cairo tonight. Our living environment is still good. The Cairo Corpse Emperor took Wang Ran and others to a luxury hotel. The hotel itself has a solar power generation system, so the facilities are basically able to operate. That night, Wang Ran and others stayed quite comfortable. Early the next morning, 3 cars were prepared at the entrance of the hotel, and the cars were full of supplies. These things are enough for Wang Ran and others to reach the coast of Somalia. Mr. Wang Ran, the terrain is more complicated from here to the coast. I'll send you a guide. The Cairo Corpse Emperor beckoned, and a dark-skinned, burly female zombie came out. No, let's find out for ourselves. Looking at the female zombie's thighs thicker than his waist, Wang Ran decisively refused. Female zombies and female zombies are still a little different. This person should bear the weight of Wang Ran's 3 little followers. This. The Cairo Corpse Emperor didn't know what he did not do well, so Wang Ran frowned. Brother Wang Ran, I think we still need a guide. Why don't you let her ride in my car? Zhang Qiaozu proposed. Okay, then you lead the way in front, and we follow the car. Wang Ran nodded. Anyway, as long as you don't ride your own car. Zhang Qiaozu and the female zombie got into the first car, Lin Lai and his daughter drove the second car, and Wang Ran and the others followed at the end. Black Hawk can only temporarily stay in Cairo. Saying goodbye to the Cairo Corpse Emperor, the group set off towards the northeast. From here to the coast of Somalia, through a desert and a plateau. The 3 cars shuttled continuously in the yellow sand. Only these 3 vehicles were driving in the entire desert, which seemed extremely desolate. Most of the local zombies were dried and buried in yellow sand. After driving more than 100 kilometers, the walkie-talkie in Wang Ran's car suddenly rang. Tang Tang obediently climbed down from Wang Ran.